guys, as always, Shazam! Welcome to the Appalachia Bees, your chance to tell me that I'm wrong and more. Hey, it's another episode of Hard Truths where I share some things with you, hopefully to get a conversation going. Sometimes these are hard to talk about. We don't like talking about things that we disagree with or things that give us a little bit of cognitive dissonance. Now, the third one, I think when I first tell it to you, you're going to say, well, duh. But if you'll give me a few minutes to work it through, you might learn something, or at least it may jog the whole thought processes, that whole thing. Smart people talk. Yep, buckle up, here we go. Hey, today's episode is brought to you by 80% Arms. You order from them, they deliver straight to your door, and then you take it from there. 80% lowers and 80% Glock frames, and the easy jig is awesome. I've used it on both the big and the small projects, and they work great. Find out more, plus a lot of resources when you visit 80% Arms. Type it into the old Google or DuckDuckGo, have yourself a good time. Big thank you to 80% Arms for being today's sponsor. To each of you all, thank you for every thumbs up. Spicy Friday this past Friday was a lot of fun. And I think the P.O. Box has been hopping lately. So that was a lot of fun. So thank y'all for that. That was lots and lots of fun. These are hard truths, and I think maybe it's sometimes because I think a little different than some folks in the industry. I don't think I'm like some bastion of awesomeness that only I am the clear thinker. Not at all, but I think just because of the way I'm wired, and I see things usually from different perspectives, and I don't go hard into one camp. It maybe gives me a little bit of a different perspective, but not better, just different. And so I like hitting things from different angles. And I think that's good. Plus, I'm old. I'm old as dirt. Some people are surprised at how old and creaky I am. Sometimes I take ibuprofen when I get up. Just why? Just because I'm up and it hurts. Huh? You have to speak up. Hard truth number one. Now, if y'all didn't see this, California just pulled the AW ban. I'm not saying it online. Call me a coward if you want to, but I'm not saying it out loud. But they just pulled that on July 4th. The AW ban is going to be pulled. Hard truth number one, the California ban being lifted is not a win. And I want to say that I did on a podcast yesterday, and I was talking to them about that, and I'm not saying it's bad. It's good. Fist pump. One fist pump. That's all you get. Cool. And it's on July 4th. I'll give you another fist pump for that. That's kind of cool as well. It's not a win. It's exciting. It's great for our friends. Shout out to folks in California. It's great for them. But this is just removing an L. That's all it is. Like, we shouldn't have, I feel like at this point, I'm not being cynical. We just shouldn't have to celebrate this. This shouldn't even be a conversation. It's good. I'm glad. I'll believe it when I see it. We'll see. There's a long haul between today and July 4th. We'll see if it goes through, and we'll see how long it stays. But it's not a win. It's the removal of a loss. And I'm not playing semantics there. I just think we need to stop and remind ourselves that, I'm sorry, California should have been as free as Texas all along. Same goes for Massachusetts and New York and New Jersey and Connecticut and a bunch of other states, and folks in Chicago, and folks in D.C., all of that should be free, and nationwide in school zones. We all should be free everywhere. So I just want to remind ourselves that it's still, the fight's a long way to go. When I went over to my t-shirt stack right there, I almost grabbed the FPC shirt. They're doing a good fight, and so is the GOA, and we need to stay on board with those folks. But it's not a win. It's just the removal of a loss. Fist pump. I'm happy. Number two, not everyone in the industry is pro two-way. I really want to work that through. In my mind, and because I loosely work in the industry, we assume that every company and all their employees and all the manufacturers and the ones that manufacture the big stuff and the products, the peripheral products, from flashlights to holsters to all of it, and the freedom seeds, all of it, we assume they're on our side, and they're not. About a year ago, last summer, I said I won't name names on this channel anymore, and there's a long reason for that. If I was to tell you why, you would go, oh, okay, that makes sense. But since I'm not telling you why, I'll be called a coward in the comment section. Bring it on, David. And people say, Johnny, you just name the names. No, you make me talk in a voice when you talk like that. I think that a lot of us assume that everybody's pro on our side, and they're not. I'm not naming names, but there are companies that hire aggressively anti. There's one short company, they manufacture the short ones, well known, starts with a K, rhymes with ember. They had a guy on their staff for years that was, one of their main dudes. And then he now works for every town or one of them and works aggressively against us. I just think it's good to stop on a day like today, in an episode like this episode, and go, you know what? There are enemies within. There are wolves that are within the sheep pen. And we need to know that and pay attention. Even here in new media and on YouTube, not everybody's pro. There's a lot of dudes that are hunting only. And as long as I got my shotgun, the rest of you, all you tactical folks, it's not okay. And I'm not okay with that. I'm not going to beat the drum today, but we have folks in the industry that voted for the child sniffer. They're not pro 2A. They're a wolf that's within our industry. That's where I'm at today. Hard truth number 2. Number 3, this is your chance to go, well, duh. Not all manufacturers are created equal. Now, manufacturers, I'm not just talking about the ones that make the big one. Peripheral stuff, same way, holsters and optics and everything, all the parts. They're not all created equal. But let me work this through just a little bit. I got a couple things in balance. There's always this tug here. On one hand, I do want to say this, that too many guys have their 3 or 4 brands. These brands are awesome. I've tested them. I've mag dumped twice. I've run 50 rounds a year through it, and everything else is trash. Well, you can't be that guy. This past weekend, 2 weekends ago, I ran 1,100 rounds through the new PSA Dagger. I got one of the first ones out the door. I did it for PSA, and I did it for Pew Pew Tactical, PPT, and it was a fun project. 1,100 rounds. I spent 4 hours loading, popping, loading, moving, popping, mag changes. 25,000 people have watched that. That's an honor. That's really, really cool. It's really cool. The gun ran great. It's over on Pew Pew Tactical. You can check it out. I had guys underneath it go, that gun's trash. No, it's not. It's affordable. It's not as cool as a Wilson Combat. There's other stuff that's much cooler, but trash? You've not even seen one, pal. And you have people that have this idea that they have these strong opinions and they've never even seen it. So on one hand, I just want to remind you to keep an open mind. Not just about the dagger. I'm not here to sell you a dagger. It ran pretty good. It was kind of cool. It's $299. Like what do you expect? It's not a Wilson Combat. I've never even owned a Wilson Combat, but I think they're cool. Maybe on the other hand, I shouldn't think something's awesome that I've never seen. That gun's trash. Well, have you shot one? No, but I can tell it's trash. That gun's awesome. Have you seen one, Johnny? No, but they look really shiny on advertisements. So maybe I'm the problem. On one hand, you got those guys. But on the other hand, I think most folks know there is a difference, or maybe a delineation between the good and the bad. This hard truth, those of y'all that stayed with me, I hope this makes sense. I want to throw out there that the spread is even bigger than any of you even realize. Whatever you think the spread is between people that care in the industry, people that care and work hard and deliver quality products that work, and the ones that just throw crap in a box and ship it, that spread is even bigger than you realized. I ain't naming names, but there was an Instagrammer that shared some emails this week, and it was stuff that was published publicly. It wasn't like private little emails. It was published publicly, and it was a new Rudy Tooty that was coming to market, I think, this week. And he had emailed in and said, hey, have y'all finished all the testing? Have you done, field testing? Also just mag dump testing and lots and lots and lots of rounds testing. And if you also had people in the industry done independent third-party testing, send them out to the operators and let those guys just abuse them. Have you done any testing? They already shipped the Rudy Tooties, and they emailed this guy. I saw the emails, and they said, Johnny, it wasn't me. They said to that guy, they said, hey, man, we haven't done any field testing yet. We want to get these guns out the door and then let the YouTubers have their way with them. that spread is even bigger than you. I ain't trying to sell you nothing. I'm not, I promise. I'm wearing that hat because I love the hat. I bought this hat myself. I paid for that hat. And even that company, I love. I trust them. I trust CMMG. I am thankful, fist pump, that they sponsor here. I had a guy hit me the other day in the comment section. They said, Johnny, that's just a FUD gun and there's garbage. I'm like, all right, pal, I put tens and tens and tens of thousands of rounds down them. Tell me your experience. He's like, well, I've never seen one. That doesn't make me better. It just puts me in a little bit different place, and it changes my perspective or how I see that one manufacturer. And I'm not putting them at the way on this end and everything else is garbage. Not at all. Not at all. My only point is this. If it's going to be next to your bed for in the middle of the night to grab and to protect your family with, if you're going to put it down the front of your breeches, hanging from your belt, in your purse, in a backpack, in the glove box, down in the console of the truck, in the four-wheeler, in your boat, whatever, wherever it's going to be, and you're going to have to grab that thing and roll, do your homework. That's the hard truth. The other thing, and I hate this because most people don't watch an entire video, so by this point, there's probably only 30 or 40% of y'all left here. The mass majority of people that watch reviews on YouTube from third-party independent reviewers only watch after they've made their purchase. The vast majority are after they make that purchase, and that's tough. People don't do their homework. They don't. They seek confirmation on their current purchase, not information on their future purchases. I do the same thing. I get a new one, I order it, and then like for the next 3 days before it comes in, I watch every video that I do the same thing. I want to feel good about what's coming in the mail. I do it too. If you're going to trust your life and protect your little ones, protect your spouse, protect yourself, protect your neighbors, do your homework. That spread between people that pull their pants down, crap in a box, and mail it out, that spread's bigger than I think most people realize. I've been in the industry a while now, and I have put a lot of rounds and a lot of products, and I've done a lot of third-party independent tests, not testing for the manufacturer, independent. That's a great thing about PPT. I get a test totally removed from the manufacturer, totally removed from everything. But Johnny, you get free ammo. Yeah, for that I do. And it's a pain in the rear end to sit there and load all that stuff. I came home from the range last weekend bloody. And I got a llama Band-Aid. All that to say this, that spread's big. That took me a little bit to work through. I hope it helps you, and I hope it makes you think. To anyone that's against me or my right to own almost said 30 rounder, 29 rounder. Happy Hard Truth Monday. See y'all soon. From my cold, dead hands. Bye.